Welcome back to round 1 of the Southwest Kenda Enduro at Haldon Forest. In this video we're going to ride stage 4, so the final stage of the competition, to give you guys an idea of what it's like to ride this course. So let's take a quick look at some of the action from race day. Stages 3 and 4 were a bit more challenging than the first and second stages. Stage 4 has a number of drops, jumps and some steep and fast turns. Combining these with the wet weather makes for an interesting competition. If you missed the ride-throughs of stages 1, 2 and 3, subscribe to my channel and go take a look after you've watched this video. After stages 1 and 2, most riders stopped off for a little refuel before heading to Cafe Side to ride the second half of the event. Stage 4 is a relatively long stage and one of the more challenging and technical rides of round 1. So let's get riding. It starts with a straight downhill run with a few lumps and bumps to contend with. There are a couple of routes in this section, but nothing that really gets in your way. It's one of the faster starts to the stages and it sets you up nicely to attack the course. Towards the end of this first run there's an optional jump to take if you have the speed. If not, there's a simple workaround to the side. Some riders that took the jump line managed to carry plenty of speed across the road into the next section of the course. This second part continues downhill into the forest. This line has a number of small drops, turns and the usual challenges that you come across in this type of forest trail. There's a mixture of up and downhill riding in this part of the section just to keep you on your toes, but the uphills don't last long. I'm riding this stage a couple of days after the event and thankfully the course has dried out slightly. Many of the lips of the jumps and drops are made of rock and got plenty slippery during the event. With my specialised out of action, I'm riding these stages on my hardtail, which makes for a tough ride, but it goes to show that anyone can enter an event like this and have a lot of fun. As you can see, there are a lot of different line choices here. On the day the course is taped off, so you'll know exactly where to go. The end of this run finishes in a really tight set of corners, followed by a steep drop to the road. With the ramp before the road, you can maintain your speed to hit one of the 2 drops that lead into the second part of the stage. This is where the terrain steepens and things get a bit tougher. After you make it down the drop and cruise through the smooth turns at the top of the course, you come into a tight, rooty set of downhill turns. It was interesting on my hardtail on a relatively dry trail, but in the wet these routes turned lethal. Navigating the corner after the routes, you enter an off-camber section with yet more slippy routes. This section looks easy but caught out plenty of riders on the day. Entering an event like this, you usually have an allotted practice time in the morning where you can ride these stages. I recommend taking full advantage of this opportunity. Having an idea of what's next or how long's left of the stage can help you focus on what you have to do and plan your riding. After the slippery off-camber section, you hop the fallen tree and then turn into another shorter section of routes. With this out of the way, you line up for a steep ramp that takes you over the road and into the last part of the stage. The turn to enter this section has a tight hairpin, so watch your speed after coming down the hill. These last few turns here were pretty muddy on race day and are now quite chewed up and bumpy. This final part of the stage is fast and has a few small drops, corners and deep ruts to contend with before finally crossing that finish line. That concludes the final stage of the first round of the Kenda Southwest Enduro. If you enjoyed the videos, then make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and leave a comment if you like. As usual, I've left links in the description to all of the kit that I use making this video. If you like these videos, then why not enter the next round? Just search for the Kenda Southwest Enduro online.